Hey everybody, it is 3 p.m. somewhere Eastern Time. Welcome to our joint session of the Virtual Events Group and the NAB Show. We have been working with the NAB Show for a number of years because I'll show you why in a minute. Because we believe that everybody is a content creator. And if you look at the lineup, there they are today, our lineup of speakers. You will see that not only will you get a sneak peek of what you can expect to see at the NAB show, but you will get an idea of how robust the world of content creation, distribution, and editing has become. Because, like we like to say, we are all in the broadcast business now. I may not be like your major television station, but right now I am broadcasting to you. You broadcast every day of your lives. And NAB um, has really become the showplace that embraces content and creators of all shapes and sizes. And I think that is what we're trying to convey today. So I'm Robin Raskin. I'm the head of the virtual events group that partners with the NAB show to produce the Creator Lab. But my secret sauce is somebody I'm going to introduce right now. Good friend, longtime colleague, Jim Louderback. Jim is the author of Inside the Creator Economy, has an illustrious career in all sorts of broadcasts, but he'll be your host today, introducing some great speakers who are sponsors and supporters of the Creator Lab at the NAB show. Jim?
Thank you very much, Robin. It's great to be here. We have an amazing group of speakers here today. Real quickly, Bob Cornelia, Director of Sales Operations North America at Blackmagic Design. Michelle Galena, who's a Principal Product Marketing Manager of Creative Cloud at Adobe. Connor Elliott, Head of Creator Partnerships at Opus Clip. Marcy Walker, Senior Manager, Community Marketing at LucidLink. Renee Amador, Chief Executive Officer, Co-Founder at AR Wall. Lisa Watts, Chief Executive Officer at Create.
Well, I'm gonna
And
call you back.
last but not least, Elizabeth Donatelli, Vice President of Communications and Content Marketing at National Association of Broadcasters, which, if you didn't know, is what NAB stands for. So let's talk about the NAB show for a minute. Robin and I and Gigi and all of these people have been building something called the Creator Lab. Now, this is the third year that we're doing the Creator Lab. It is a group of stages on the show floor in the South Hall on the first floor. And we've got an amazing lineup of sessions. Real quickly, we've got amazing speakers and creators. Got Darman, if you don't know Darman, one of the biggest creators out there, and a good friend of mine, Sean Atkins, who works with Dawn to kind of with Dar. Dawn. Sean Atkins and Darman will be doing an AMA, and we'll be talking a little bit about what they're building. But we have a bunch of other creators too, including Cassandra Bankson, the Skinfluencer, Zach Justice, Jason Nash. We've got people from the platforms coming to speak. So Renee Ritchie, who is the YouTube liaison, he's actually the voice of creators inside YouTube, works for Neil Mohan. He's going to be there talking about authenticity, but also we're going to do an AMA on the YouTube algorithm. You won't want to miss that. We've got Evgeny Malarichuk from TikTok. He runs shopping in the technology and electronics space. We've got a bunch of great media reporters and analysts. Jasmine Henberg, who does all the great stuff on the creator economy and eMarketer. Natalie Jervey from Ankler, who has been covering the creator economy for a long time and now does a great newsletter there. And we've got industry execs as well. And it, by the way, everybody you're going to hear will also be there on this session. But in addition, Oscar Hoagland is the CEO of Epidemic Sound. Jonathan Faulkner, the EVP Digital at iHeart. RJ Larice, my good friend from Paramount who works with creators there. We've got four amazing lawyers, and they're not even going to charge you by the hour for their advice. People from Dell, people from AMD. We've got sessions on AI. We've got sessions on AI, sessions on podcasting, on video technique, on the best gear, the state of the industry, algorithms, Hollywood versus creators, live shopping, and so much more. But before we get in today's session, I want to just talk a little bit about the state of the creator economy. And I wrote about this in my newsletter on Monday because I really think, by the way, my newsletter is on, LinkedIn. My newsletter's on LinkedIn, Inside the Creator Economy every Monday. This week, I kind of talked about a tipping point. We've reached a tipping point in the creator economy where It used to be that in the olden days, when it started out 15 or so, 20 years ago, you had creators over here and you had Hollywood over here. Creator didn't care about Hollywood. Hollywood looked down their nose at creators because they were just doing UGC, user generated content. But over time, it's become more of a continuum where we've seen creators and the folks in traditional media getting closer together. But the tipping point that I see is there is no such thing as the creator economy and the traditional media economy. The creator economy, in many ways, has become the media economy. And so think about it. A couple things happened. First of all, Mr. Beast did his show on Amazon Prime, Beast Games, big success. Amazon apparently doubled their money. But what's happening now is everybody who does traditional media is going out and talking to creators, not just about we're going to shove you in this format that we already have, but we want you to produce programs for us like Mr. Beast did for Amazon Prime. Is it going to work? I don't know. I kind of think we're going to head for peak creator TV, just like we had the peak TV thing happen a couple years ago. But we'll see how it works out. Now, take a look at branding and marketing. Unilever, one of the biggest packaged goods companies out there, just came out and said, you know what? 50% of our huge, amazing, incredible marketing budget is going to go to creators from now on. And it's not just the big creators, it's micro influencers, nano influencers globally. They want to have creators on their roster from every single county, for example, in India, every single place. So that is great news for creators of all sizes. We've got new movie studios popping up using AI to create movies at a much lower cost, but still at the level that we expect. And finally, when you talk about AI, we're moving into the agentic age. What does that mean? Does every creator have a doppelganger that they put out on the internet to do creativity? Don't know. We'll find out, but we'll be talking about all that and much more at the Creator Lab at the NAB show. So to kick us off, I want to turn it over to our first speaker who will be at the Creator Lab, who will be talking, who will be boothing, who will be informing and educating. My old friend Bob Cornelia, Director of Sales Operations North America at Blackmagic. And Bob, take it away. Talk to us a little bit about what you'll be doing at the Creator Lab.
All right. So actually, you know what? There's a video that we'd like to start with just to get everybody pumped up for the show. So if we can roll that, then we'll pick it up right after that. There we go. So yeah, this year, that's a little sizzle reel from Resolve. I'm sure we'll have a new version of Resolve coming up at NAB. We're very excited to be part of the Creator Lab and just to see so many different creators coming to NAB in general. I think that it's been a really cool mix over the last few years as it's developed. This year, DaVinci Resolve, there'll be a new version. Some of the things that we're going to show at the booth that I think are, well, I mean, I know are new for us to show at the booth. We have a new 17K 65 millimeter camera. We're going to have that on the booth. We're also going to have the new immersive camera. The immersive camera is designed to shoot immersive content, shooting 8K in each eye, so 180 degrees. And we're going to have some demonstrations of that work being done with the camera through DaVinci Resolve and ultimately into the Apple Vision Pro goggles. So that'll be something new for us to show. I'm sure we'll pull out some other bells and whistles as we get closer to NAB and announce those a couple days prior to the show. That way everybody knows what to come on to the booth for. Our booth is in the south lower as well. We're in the front of the building, so hopefully you'll be able to see us as you walk through and come on by and check out the new cameras and, of course, all the other announcements that we make, including DaVinci. So, yeah, again, it's very exciting to go back again. This might be NAB 105 for me, I think. But in all seriousness, I think that it's been great to wait. It's come back around over after pandemic and things like that. I think we're all back to normal-ish. Although it's different in terms of who we're seeing now. You know, we're seeing people that may have even learned about DaVinci during the pandemic and have come by, and the cameras always draw a lot of crowds and things like that. But very exciting to see everybody at the show, getting some of the, you know, to come back and see what they you know, how they're using the products they got last year and seeing what is coming up. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing everybody there.
Yeah, and to emphasize that point, Bob, the numbers from last year showed that almost 40% of attendees at NAB were first timers. So you're seeing
Right.
a whole new generation of content creators and uh, as well as some really seasoned old timers. And what's so great about Black Magic, I think, is that you have an entry point and a top point that serves everybody's needs. Jim, what do you think?
Yeah, you know, first of all, I'm really excited to have Black Magic back at the show. I have spent a lot of time at their booth at past NAB shows. The only thing I'm really worried about, Bob, is that all my speakers and attendees are going to be late because to get to the Creator Lab, they have to walk by your booth, and and they're going to stop. Like, so talk to me a little bit about the 17K 65 millimeter camera. What are the uses that you see for that? I mean, that's an incredible number of pixels that you're dropping onto a piece of storage.
Well, right. So to be honest, there's the main area is to shoot for IMAX, right? So it's designed to shoot IMAX material. But when you shoot 17K, say, you're oversampling for whatever format you're going to finish to. And you're able to capture just an incredible amount of information. But say one of the jokes I always make is that imagine shooting in a you know, on a safari somewhere. You can get a lot further away and zoom in post rather than endanger your life. So I think, you know, we're going to save lives with the 17K. But we have internal storage built in for it. We have our own Blackmagic raw codec, and those things help enable the ability to actually capture all of that data, but also to use it effectively and not have to wait around just to play a frame. So, you know, the Blackmagic Raw codec has made it very nimble so that you can still shoot 17K, but still be able to edit it without building a whole room full of computers. So that part it has been paramount to the whole design of all of the higher resolution cameras. You know, once we got to 6K, 8K, 12K, 17K, all the Ks, right? And, you know, the new immersive camera is 8K in each eye. So you're 16K.
16K,
So,
yeah.
yeah. So when you get to those numbers, you still need to be able to use it in a way that doesn't make everybody, you know, need to leave the room just to play. So I think that we have definitely done that, and we have kept that as part of the eye on the prize, in the sense that, you know, you can't wield out something this intense in terms of size of files and things like that without the full workflow to be able to show it and be able to play it back in real time and things like that.
Yeah, I love that. I didn't even think about editing, but yeah, well, I'm gonna have to buy new computers. So I'm glad that you're doing that. The other thing is I'm really looking forward to those pictures of lions drooling, because you'll be able to get really up close and personal to those drooling fangs. So Bob, thank you very much. Can't wait to see you at NAB show. We are going to move on and talk a little bit about Adobe. So please welcome Michelle Galina, who is the Principal Product Marketing Manager for Creative Cloud at Adobe Systems. And Michelle, tell us about what you're up to.
Hey, Jim. Thank you so much. Yeah, Adobe's thrilled to be part of the the Creator Lab. We are offering hands-on training for editors eager to elevate their skills with Adobe tools. Classes will alternate every half hour, providing a dynamic learning environment, focusing on unlocking all the potential of Premiere Pro and After Effects. We're going to have 6 different types of sessions. 2 sessions will be focused on AI and how it actually fuels your creativity. 2 sessions will be centered around editorial workflow tips for professional editors in Premiere Pro and color management. And we're also going to be featuring a session on collaborative editing and also one on how to up your editing game with After Effects. Also, we are going to be providing a lab. So we'll have 16 stations on the show floor that has been generously supplied by Puget Systems, which is a powerful system integrator who could really help fuel a lot of your productivity just by using our tools on their systems, and we're going to be showcasing them on the show floor. So it's hands-on training. People sit down for a half hour and they can learn all the things that they need to learn to increase their ability to be a better editor. Additionally, we're going to be sponsoring the happy hour on a Monday afternoon, so we would love for you to come by and check us out.
Sunday
Very cool.
afternoon. Sorry, Michelle.
Sunday? I'm sorry. I should have written it down.
Sunday, 5 to 6 p.m.
Thanks.
All right, Sunday afternoon. One of the things, and I love that you're going to be talking about AI, and you guys have done a great job building out AI tools and integrating them really well into your products, whether it's audio or video or images. One of the things that we have a session on AI, and I've got Gabe Michael, who's a VP and executive producer for AI at Edelman. He's going to be on that panel. But one of the things he told me, which I should have realized, but when he told me it was obvious, is it's so great to have you guys integrate that in because you protect the user, the corporate users, you indemnify them. So I love that you're doing AI. I don't know if you have anything more to add there, but I'm so excited to see all the stuff that you're doing in the lab, all the classes that you're doing as well.
It's certainly, we're very, very proud how we've approached the use of AI. So for generative AI specifically, we don't work on anybody's IP. So it really makes you feel safe when you're creating content. And any content that you create, it complements the editorial workflow in so many ways, and it keeps getting better and better. And we are super proud to be releasing our in-app AI tools that are in Premiere Pro that we'll be showcasing for the first time on the show floor. So there's a lot of AI powered powered features that are going into Premiere Pro that really do help you be more efficient, and it complements your workflow. It is not going to replace the value of the editor.
Exactly.
Yep.
Very cool. So talk a little bit about the classes. You've got 6 classes that you're doing. Are they repeating every day, and do people sign up or just show up? Do you know?
Great question. They will repeat every day and throughout the day. So we only have 6 classes, and we're going to be rotating every half hour. And you will not need to sign up, but we are going to do our best to get people through every half hour. So hopefully there won't be a long line, but we're going to do our best to rotate as quickly as possible. But it'll be about 25 to do it, and then I'll be at the top of every half hour.
Sounds
Yep,
great.
and
So
everybody
looking
keep
forward
watching.
to that. Go ahead, Robin.
Watch the space, and we'll keep putting QR codes up of exactly what's happening when from now till the NAB show begins on April 6th.
Cool. Michelle, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Can't wait to see what you bring to the table at the lab, the Creator Lab at NAB show. Another company I'm also really excited to see. I'm excited to see all of them, basically. But another friend, Connor Elliott, who's head of creator partnerships at Opus Clip. And Opus, they're clipping this stuff up. Robin, you better turn everything off at the end, or they're going to clip up you cursing at the end, which I know will happen. But Connor, talk a little bit about what you're doing, what you're bringing, and
The cursing gets the
what's
highest
going on.
sentiment, by the way, right, Connor? My cursing always goes right to the top.
The cursing is great, but YouTube might not like it. So we actually built in a feature that auto removes all the curse words for you. So if you do want to make sure that it's kid friendly, we can do that for you as well. No worries at all.
Connor, dag nabbit.
Yeah, I know some speakers that we're going to use that on.
Uh, Yeah, but yeah, super excited for the show. We are very much creator native. So this is really an exciting opportunity for us to branch out a little bit more. We had basically no enterprise product when we showed up to NAB last year and ended up with a whole enterprise side of our business now with 10 dedicated people on it just from one NAB show. So super excited to come back. I think that sort of for us, our goals are we really want to show you guys our new search technology. We are bringing out Zach Justice that Jim Louderback mentioned earlier. Zach is really a pioneer in the creator economy. He's very Gen Z, but he's kind of found a way to blend the sort of Jubilee style content with sort of a mainstream podcast in a way that's very unique and not many other people out there doing content like he's doing. He was one of our earliest adopters for our new product that we will be showcasing at NAB. Gigi, if you want to throw up that video I sent over to you, we have a little teaser for it.
What if all your old videos could start printing money? That's why we made Opus Search.
This is a pretty amazing product, guys.
I love it, bro.
This is sick.
That's really cool.
It's awesome.
This is a game changer.
Opus Search makes your entire video catalog searchable by word, topic, person, outfit, product placement, even mood. So you can monetize every trend instantly and effortlessly.
There's tons of ways that this could be utilized.
Yes, this would be super valuable to us.
This AI is crazy.
Awesome. So yeah, basically we have launched a tool. We basically last year we spent most of the year last year partnering with Google, who recently we announced that they did officially invest in us along with SoftBank. We worked hand in hand with them to build a new visual recognition model. So we are the first AI clipping tool out there. Not only are we the leader in the space, but we're the first tool that actually has our AI watching your videos. So the AI is actually watching the video, it's tagging everything, and it's understanding things in context. And because we're able to do that, what we've basically built with searches will plug in your entire back catalog of content and make every element of it easily searchable. So if you want to search for a specific topic or keyword or phrase that somebody said, you can do that. But also if you want to search for just like everybody wearing red hats, you can do that, or any action people are taking. And so basically it really allows you to leverage your back catalog. Everything's already pre-clipped or already organized, already edited. You can one-click reformat to a one-to-one, reformat it from horizontal to vertical, whatever you need. So we are really trying to become the masters in the clipping space. Cannot wait to meet you guys all. And yeah, super excited. Our demo with Zach on stage, we're going to be goofing around and showing the technology and some of the different funny keywords to see what kind of embarrassing things we can get to pop up on there with him at 4:30 on Monday. And immediately following that, we will be hosting the happy hour on Monday afternoon. So from 5 to 6 p.m. So we would love to have all of you guys there. Thanks.
Very cool. Connor, I was flashing a little bit on Monsters, Inc. Always watching, Wisnowski. Always watching. One of the things I'm super excited about, and we were at South by and chatting with a creator I used to work with, Brian Brushwood, and I was introducing him to you guys and saying why he should use it. And you brought up this new feature I think is so cool. He's got 15 years of YouTube content, if not more. And now you're able to find things that are trending on social and automatically clip from his 15 years of back catalog. So he's got these vertical videos to put on TikTok when the trend is happening. That's amazing. Can you talk about that for a minute or two?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, a lot of people in new media have gotten savvy to this, and they realize that, so much of, the way that the internet works these days is all based on day-to-day trends, right? But it's impossible for an editor, like you're saying, to go back through all that content and find the trends. So we've actually built a trends monitor that actually goes through every day, pulls trends from Reddit, from Google, from Twitter or X, and puts them all together and basically gives you the top stories of the day that are relevant to things that you've talked about, right? So it's not just going to give you like, okay, the NCAA tournament is on today, but you're a politics podcast, right? Of course, it's not going to show that. It's going to show things that are relevant to your audience or to what you're talking about. And the reason that we're so excited to be able to show this technology is traditional media is not using this at all. And obviously, they have huge social operations today. The new media, like I said, has cotton onto it. People like Jubilee have been using it really aggressively. Impact Theory, as you saw on there, have been using it aggressively to some massive results. So, really excited to show you guys those results. And I think a lot of the traditional media world, especially, they're paying in some cases, millions of dollars for similar solutions that use really archaic technology. And with AI, we make it a fraction of that cost.
So is search retroactive historically to things you've done in Opus or starting with my new version?
So search is kind of the amalgamation, if you will, of everything that we've built in Opus up until this point. So it's something that we've been working towards basically since we first launched Opus Clip almost 2 years ago. We kind of saw the vision for this. Like we know that, it's nice to be able to grab one video like this stream and plug it in afterwards and get clips from it. But wouldn't it be way better if you just actually had your entire library plugged in already pre-clipped and searchable, so that it's much easier for you to find anything you want from anything historically. And one of the things that we're finding based on the first 5-6 months of results that we've been going through as we've been beta testing it and getting ready for launch is that a lot of stuff from 4, 5, 6 years ago, if it's relevant and if the trends are telling you this piece of content is going to perform, it performs. We have people that are with 5,000 Twitter followers on X that are posting, one clip every few days and getting 500K plus impressions just because they're staying part of the conversation. And the best part is the creator doesn't even know. A lot of times it's just the editor doing the work. The creator can be on a beach somewhere, relaxing on vacation. They don't have to be stressing out about being in the conversation constantly. This tool keeps you in the conversation.
So very cool. Connor, can't wait to see you at the Creator Lab at the NAB show. We are going to move on. Up next is Marcy Walker, Senior Manager, Community Marketing.
I'm just going to say, Marcy, it's a typo in our PowerPoint. She's really not two marketing community managers. She's one.
I might argue with that on some days. I feel like I wear lots of hats, so maybe I am two people. Who could say?
Marcy, take it away. Let us know what you're doing at a NAB show and at the Creator Lab.
Absolutely. Also, thank you so much for hosting, Jim. I've been to a lot of virtual events in my day, and you're doing an amazing job. So thank you so much.
Thank you. It's all in the cards.
Yeah, there you go. I'm Marcy. Like you saw, am on the community marketing team at LucidLink. Also, does everyone know what LucidLink is? Jim, have you heard of LucidLink before?
I have, but why don't you give people a little like TRDL, the 60
I was about to say we're
Yeah.
like new-ish on the block, so I'll give you the small spiel for this. So we're a cloud storage collaboration platform. What that means in English is that with LucidLink, you can instantly, and I truly mean like instantly, access your data regardless of the format or the size of the file. So I'm talking like full movies here that you don't have to download onto your desktop. So you can collaborate with your team across any distance without downloading, without syncing, without overhauling your systems. We actually work with all of the tools that you already use, so you don't have to change your workflows. We just make them exponentially faster. So for instance, we work with a lot of folks who already are using a ton of Adobe products, Blackmagic, to just make sure that they are having a much more seamless experience without downloading files all the time. So also in practice, this means you can start using new assets and access project changes as soon as your teammates are making those changes. So you can work seamlessly from literally anywhere in the world. I'm a huge proponent that people should work exactly the way they want to, wherever that is. And so LucidLink is a fantastic tool to help you do that. So we're showing up at Creator Lab in two different ways this year. First, on a panel on April 8th at 10:30, I believe. Gigi, keep me honest. And I'm super excited about this panel. It's going to be useful because of what we're talking about, but also super fun because of the amazing panelists we're going to have. So we're going to be talking about creative professionals optimizing their workspaces and their workflows to maximize efficiency and quality. One of our panelists is Kelsey Brannon, better known as Premiere Gal. She's going to talk through how she has made editing videos work with a global team. We also recently ran a video competition for leading up to an AB show. And the winner of the video competition will also be on that panel. That was the grand prize. And the theme around that was every second counts. So really just like showing your creative take on why time is so important to you. So I'm going to drop that link to the video in the chat in just a second so you can see who it is. But super excited to feature him as well. He's a new up and coming creator. We really wanted to embrace the kind of theme of the creator economy. Anyone can be a broadcaster, as we were saying earlier. The workshop is also going to be amazing because it's hands-on how Kelsey Premier Gal and her assistant editor have made remote work over the past 3 years. So this will actually be the first time they're ever meeting in person to show us how they've templatized and just sped up everything that they do together. And that'll be more of an intimate session. Super excited for people to get their questions answered live from Kelsey. And then, yeah, we also have a massive booth. You can't miss us. We're going to be neighbors with Adobe. So, Michelle, excited to meet you in person soon. And we're also on the same floor as Creator Lab. So, if you are at Creator Lab at any point, you will probably see Lucid Link there too. We have a super cool installation. I won't even spoil what it is, but you can't miss us.
So thank you, Marcy. I love that you were at Fiverr before Lucid Link, because that sort of working from anywhere and being able to work with teams that are really good but aren't necessarily in your time zone.
Yeah.
Super interesting to be able to pull all that together. You know, and as we see creators move from being sort of the solo, I'm doing it all myself and it's all on me, to, you know, working with editors from all over the world. What size of creator or creator business is right to start thinking about using Lucid Link?
That's such a good question because we're really trying to democratize video editing and just working with big scale media in general. I personally believe that you could start using this if you are just a single freelancer today. And the good news there is it's going to be way cheaper for you if you do it that way too. So you could do this with two people who are across the world. You could do this with a production company like Netflix or Paramount who are working with thousands of people around the world. It's built to make sure that we're applicable to any size team that you have.
Cool. Well, I'm super interested in seeing two people who've been working together meet for the first time, which is amazing,
I know. I'm
right?
so excited about that too. I feel honored that we get to be there for that.
I know. So cool. So make sure you come down, check out Lucid Link, check out what's going on at the Creator Lab. Marcy, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim.
And we're going to move on to talk a little bit about AR Wall. So Renee Amador is the Chief Executive Officer and co-founder at AR Wall. Going to talk about virtual production, but the amazing stuff that they've done at AR Wall, the awards that they've won, the way that they're leaning into interactive and immersive experiences and content. I am just blown away every time I hear about it and listen to Renee talk. So Renee, take it away and talk a little bit about what you're going to do at NAB Show and at Creator Lab.
Oh, thank you so much, Jim. So AR Wall, we're going to be showing off our Product of the Year winner from last year, which was in beta last year. Now it's fully public. It launched in 2024. It is called ARFX with Infinite Studio, and I'm actually going to show it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show it live here. That's how confident we are that you're going to love this. Okay, so first off, you can find this on our website. It's right here, ARFX app for Windows on arwall.co. It's called Infinite Studio, ARFX Infinite Studio. So everything you see here is created with Infinite Studio. It can create backdrops and exterior spaces as well as interiors. Here's basically the account that I use for demos. This is an example of what the system can do. So I know this is small. I have a big wide screen, right? I'm a gamer, so that's basically what's going on here. So I have a prompt here that basically says, 1920s nightclub with moody lighting and a speakeasy atmosphere with smoke and low lighting, green leather chairs and Art Deco decor, realistic spatial proportions, no characters. So basically it pumps out this type of thing for me. And that's basically the end of the description that I have to do for the scene. At that point, I can ask for a reverse angle without providing any additional description. I can ask for a 90-degree turn or looking at the floor, ceiling, whatever it needs. And it'll keep everything consistent. In this case, I asked it to re-render the scene in 4K, and it pumped out this thing for me. And then there's actually 6 different generative AI models that it has access to here. One of them is actually creating a depth map for me of this environment. So let me show you why you would want to do that here. So basically, this is the Infinite Studio viewer. At this point, once I have the image created and I have that depth map created, I can then extrude that scene out in, and this is Unreal Engine that I'm looking at here. I can extrude that scene out into something that approximates a 2.5D type of environment. At this point, I have all the full controls that you would have in Unreal Engine, including our full options menu here. So if I want another image, just come in here. Hopefully you can see this. Let's see this one. As simple as that. I'm in another location. And the reason that this is super interesting is because I have all my virtual production tools right here. My camera tracking, which is currently disabled. I'm currently using Steam VR to do the tracking on this. Shout out to the Vive team. I can also import 3D environments. Here's where I can do all sorts of awesome stuff. I can even do crazy stuff like I can add rain to this scene. I'm interested in doing that. And it's super simple. Oh, let me actually get something that might be a better fit for this. And this is all stuff that, I'm creating in minutes, basically. That's not bad. Let me squeeze this one down a little bit. So if I don't want it extruded that much, I can kind of back off on it. That's nice. So imagine this is a big LED wall, whatever. Now I have my backdrop ready to go. And it took me, just a couple minutes to make this all happen. I've also got full color controls here, so I'm not happy with, the temperature of the scene. Can go nuts on the color. Split it out into shadow, mids, and highlights for all those, like me, color nerds out there. Okay, so one more thing that I'd like to show you, which is actually, we can create one right now. And that this can actually create not just visuals, but also audio. So here's some music for that theater scene. I can actually turn that. It's important to note, I didn't actually tell it what kind of music to make. It's all based on this environment. And this is weird to say, the word agentic, I know it's this hype word, but basically what it means is that it has an understanding of what these images are, and then it can respond to them. So it can make audio as well. Oh, for some reason this one's off. Sorry about that. Oh, it's this one down here. So it can make videos, it can make audio. So the reason that this is interesting is because mostly the tools have been split into two. One is you have access to these powerful generative AI models, and then the other one is that you have access to this agentic like chat agent. We call this the studio head. It's basically meant to replace the head of the studio that's talking to all the different departments. In this case, these are generative AI models that it's talking to. The generative AI models are dumb. The agentic chat agent, that's smart, and it can remember thousands of your instructions as you work on the project. So what we're going to be announcing at NAB is multiple project support, so you can have lots of different conversations and projects, each with their own different memory, each with their own different agent, their own different studio head. And we'll also be announcing a mobile app, a companion app that goes along with this. So multiple users can do tracking on the mobile app, and then control the color, the AI, all that kind of stuff. So basically, you're talking into your phone, pops up on the TV. Can't get much sweeter than that. So that's what we're going to be showing off.
Renee, that's super cool. I love the demo. And speaking at it from a creator perspective, you look at things like The Mandalorian, which, yeah, they use virtual backgrounds, but I'm sure that was extremely expensive to do. But with the tools here and what you're showing off, any creator can use them to build that sort of environment, right?
That's correct. And actually it's 99 a month. And if you're interested in checking it out, I put a promo code for 1 free month in the chat right there. All the folks here are welcome to check it out. Go to our website. The only limitation is that you'll need a Windows machine. So for those Mac users, wait for an announcement later this year.
I got a Windows machine right here, so I'm not concerned about it.
Perfect.
But so one last question for you before we move on. We're doing NAB show basically in the shadow of the sphere. Is this the kind of tool that you could use if you wanted to create things on a mini sphere for yourself or for your friends?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, there's no limitation to what the image generator can create. So you can actually finalize your scene, design, everything like that. And then at the end, tell it, I would like you to re-render this as a 360 sphere, or something like that. And it's capable of doing it. Right now, the context that's interesting for Unreal Engine scenes is making HDRs, like making fully custom, like I'm dreaming it. 1 minute later, I have it lighting up my entire scene, my models, everything like that. And with the capability to extend, digital lighting into practical lighting with like DMX control, that type of thing, you can really kind of like dream up anything and wrap your actors in that in minutes. It's a new world.
So cool. Hey, Robin, is that design of the bar that he had? Is that what the Creator Lab's going to look like? That bar? I think that'd be great.
It is now, and then we're going to do a stealth takeover of Sphere. I mean, we got this.
Can you make it rain inside?
Some of the buildings, probably yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Right. Robin, any questions for the witness? No, you're gone. Okay.
No, thanks for the offer, though. That's really sweet. We wish you came with it.
We're going to move on here. Thank you very much, Renee. Up next, Lisa Watts, who's the Chief Executive Officer at Create, and building and democratizing AI tools for creators. Super interesting. I'm excited to hear about what you're building and what you're doing, what you're bringing to Creator Lab. And so take it away, Lisa.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. And yes, AI is something that is certainly in our platform and the roadmap for and so I'm happy to talk to you quickly about what we're doing. So I'm going to share my screen and make sure that I can keep us on schedule here. And tell me if I'm assuming that everybody can see what's going on. Amazing. So thank you for having us and hosting us at the Creator Lab. This is our first year. Create is a pretty new on the market. We soft launched at NAB last year, and we've just had an incredible year since then. So we're very much happy to give back and be able to be in a booth in the Creator Lab this year. And while we are a tool for remote production in the cloud for all creators, this year we'll be focusing on what we're doing to transform live production. So if you take a look at kind of the key things that we are doing, is you think about centralizing all of your content and data into the cloud. We are then bringing what we call the edit bay to the editor. So this is cloud-powered collaboration. It is seamless ecosystem integration with all of the tools that you're seeing on this great webcast today. If you're my partners here, if you're not integrated into Create yet, I'm sure you'll give me a call afterwards and we'll be taking care of that. One of the key innovations that we've developed in the last year is true growing files in the cloud. And this is from the truck on the ground all the way up to our platform, where editors then are working on full resolution files, no proxies in our workflow are needed. And within about 30 seconds, they're able to start doing their post-production work and even cutting in highlights to send back down to the truck for inclusion in those live broadcasts. When you're working fully in the cloud, you have the opportunity to take advantage of cloud-to-cloud delivery speeds of up to 4 gigs per second on ingest and sending those out. And actually, we don't even charge egress fees, and we have unlimited users for our platform. And as you can see on the bottom right corner, we're actually SOC 2 as well. So let's take a little bit of a look at a quick case study. This is a big, the biggest little production in the world, the National Hot Rod Association. The amount of volume of content and the number of users that they have are just only second to F1. So a really big fan base, and they are around the country 27 weeks out of the year. So let's just take a little bit of a look at a highlight reel from the National Hot Rod Association.
They are going to burn this place to the ground in the best of ways. This sport, especially at this level of nitro drag racing, is at its best when everybody's cards are laying face up on the table. Everybody is preparing their equipment, and they are preparing it for victory here on a Sunday afternoon. You have to rise to the occasion, be your best when the chips are down.
I want to go to a race, huh? So it's just kind of in summary, you know, when Create came into the pipeline for National Hot Rod Association, they didn't need to change anything about what they were doing. This was really just something that enhanced their entire workflow. They are predominantly an Adobe Premiere workflow in post, and so wherever those editors want to be, they are almost never on the ground at those shows, handling over 600 hours of streaming over 3 major networks and at 2.1 million viewers at any given time. So how do we do this? Really, as Robin had kind of likes to remind me to mention, is really we're democratizing access to these enterprise grade tools in the cloud, really with no extra hardware required. So again, working with your existing infrastructure, working with your existing workflows, we feel that's very important to respect what's already been in place with these teams, because they're working at a very fast pace and at a high level. We obviously then can deliver this content as fast as the speed of the clouds, and it's pre-configured with all the tools that you love. Like I mentioned, many of the ones that are on this call, Adobe Premiere, Resolve, Nuke, Unreal, etc. You just bring your license. And in fact, we're big fans of LucidLink. LucidLink integrates seamlessly into our platform and does come for free when you use it on Create. We supply HP Anywhere and other remote access protocols to make that experience logging into your remote workstation, if that is something that you add to your workspace. And we also have a lot of built-in workflow tools that come along for the party, also at no cost. However, we integrate with all of the best MAMs, all the best pipeline tools very quickly and easily. This really enables our teams that work on the platform to edit anything, anywhere. I know a lot of us say this, but it's really, really true here at Create, and no extra IT is required. We can have an entire team of editors and artists up and running on the platform with all the tools they need, all the compute that they need, and starting to add their content in under 15 minutes. So we're very, very proud of this. We can't wait for you to come and see it at NAB. We will be at booth SL9823J in the Creator Lab. We do have a web page that you can scan this QR code and get all the information about what we will be doing there. We also will be we also have a panel at the BEIT conference at noon on Sunday, where you'll be able to hear directly from people like the National Hot Rod Association and the head of production for the International Equestrian Federation North American League as well. So I hope you come out and see us. We're very, very excited in our inaugural year at NAB, and thank you very much to Robin for hosting us.
Sounds awesome, Lisa. Lisa, question for you. You have a great background in the tech world. You were at Intel for a long time doing immersive stuff. You were at Magic Leap. How are you bringing the sort of the stuff that you did and learned at Intel and Magic Leap into what you're building at Create?
Well, I think that's really why I'm building at Create, because in those corporations, and I actually also did some work with Walmart as well, when you're a creator inside of these companies, you really do have access to almost anything that you need. Although we are finding quite a bit of the IT groups there needing our solution, because it's creators they're finding do have unique needs. So that's why it's the partnering with those large organizations is really what is inspiring us. The issue that most of these teams have is that when you go to set up your cloud infrastructure, it can be very, very complex. And noting on AWS is they're big we're big fans of theirs, and we run on their platform as well as all of the other hyperscalers. If you go to our blog, I've written a blog about how much it takes to set up your own infrastructure for something that we're doing. And the blog will take you about 14 minutes to read. We do link you to all the documents that you need. There's about 224 pages of documents and about 8 hours of video. And then we do recommend that to do that yourself, you have a couple of IT people full-time to help you manage it. If you don't want to do that, you can call us and we can have that you up and running kind of at a push of a button. So if you need new machines for your workforce, each of those is pre-built, takes about 5 minutes, push of a button, and you're ready to go. So we like to call ourselves as kind of the F1 pit stop team for any production that needs to get started. Kind of roll into the pits, we'll throw the tires on and off you go with all the enterprise security, all the integrations that you could possibly need. And that bringing that kind of access that I had at those big companies to everybody really is what powers and what inspires us every day. We have a saying in the company, we do hard things because we want to make it easy for everyone else.
Awesome. Awesome. I cannot wait to see you and Create at NAB show and have you inspire creators to kind of bring in these industrial strength tools into their workflow as well. So Lisa, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Robin, anything else on your side? Nope. We're going to keep powering through with our star of the show from the NAB show. Elizabeth Donatelli is the Vice President of Communications and Content Marketing at NAB, National Association of Broadcasters. And she's going to give us a little bit of insight about what's going on at NAB show this year and might have something special for you too. So take it away, Elizabeth.
I love being called the star of the show. I don't know if I can follow that, but thank you, Jim. I actually think you're the star of the show, but I will take that softball pitch. Yeah, Robin's nodding at me too. So NAB show, what a great position to be in to talk about this event. You've heard from some of the folks who are going to be exhibiting, are going to be speaking, are connected with Creator Lab. And it's just the show is just an incredible experience if you haven't been there before. It really is the premier destination for creative storytellers and broadcasting innovators in media and entertainment. We say global because it is global decision makers from all over the world that come here to provide insights, tools, tech to enable storytelling at scale. So it's a very exciting time, especially for the creator economy and for this audience right here, because NAB has historically broadcast, that's the B in NAB. So the broadcast community, cable, streaming, Hollywood, big studios. Now we're talking creators, and we've been really working with them for the past couple years. All storytellers. That's something that we all have in common, trying to figure out the best methods of content creation. How do you distribute it? How do you monetize? And then, of course, audience engagement. And it's really neat time right now because we're starting to use some of the same tools, gear, and definitely techniques used in big budget films and live television productions. They're now accessible to you, to the creators producing content for social media platforms. And this shift's really breaking down industry barriers. Now, today, all content creators, regardless of platform, can come together at NAB show so they can talk through workflows and explore technology. So it's really a unique place for this really incredible networking, to have all these people in the same room and having those discussions. Jim, you had mentioned, I believe at the top, talking a little bit about Darman, who will be taking the main stage. The session is called The Power of Positivity, Building the World's Largest Digital Scripted Studio. And this talks about that trend, just knowing who's going to be on the stage. Now, obviously, he, very big name in the creator space, named one of Forbes' top creators, sharing the stage with Sean Atkins, who he's brought over. He's a former executive at MTV and Discovery, now working in the creator economy. So it's really interesting to see some of these folks who shift, start as more traditional broadcast, go into the creator side and switch back and forth. And it was much more of a blended arena today. Now that discussion is moderated by Taylor Lorenz. And if you read about the creator economy, she's a well-respected tech journalist there as well. Just the show in general, to talk to a little bit about how important the creator economy is. We have 5 themes this year, and the creator economy is one of them. So we've talked a little bit about where we are, what you can see on the show floor, and I did just want to mention some of the other themes. And we do see the creator economy blending into those themes as well. You can't talk about anything with technology without talking about AI, artificial intelligence. We've heard some panelists already talking about their incredible tech that they have that utilizes this AI, and it is everywhere at the show. Everything from thought leaders to the brands showcasing how AI enhances their storytelling, personalizes the viewer experience, streamlines workflows, navigating, of course, ethical considerations, because that is still an important discussion to be having. So, you can really find it everywhere, but 2 areas I do want to point out in West Hall are the new startup stage and Propel Me, with a lot of AI innovation there, as well as the AI Innovation Pavilion. So just 2 other areas maybe to check out on the show floor. Streaming is another one of our themes this year that we're really focusing on. You can find streaming tech as well as programming, the Streaming Summit. Obviously, the name says it all. Another interesting programming everywhere. That's putting programmers in the same room, from broadcast, cable, streamers, etc., with creators, as we again talk about shifting, that we're seeing these creators go back and forth between platforms, and broadcasters, quite frankly, doing the same thing now. There's cloud virtualization. Again, we've had some discussions on some of the great companies already exhibiting here and associated with Creator Lab around that. Really revolutionizing media workflows and enhancing agility and efficiency in distribution in particular. One place I do want to point out is this is pretty cool, it's a new thing, a live esports racing challenge presented by AWS and NVIDIA, where attendees can test their skills in a Formula One simulator, and they can actually see the power of the cloud production in action. So that's pretty neat. And then finally, the last theme is sports. We've already started to see it creep up in our content throughout the last year, but in particular this year, it is a big focus. We have launched over at NAB Show the new Sports Summit, the future of sports rights and fan engagement. Sports rights revenues projected to reach nearly 35 billion. That's billion with a B in the next 2 years by 2027. That is a huge amount of money. Live sports, of course, remain a powerhouse across TV, radio, streaming, but also creeping into social media and the creator economy even more, especially with discussions around fan engagement, fan experience, and unlocking new revenue streams, which are all key discussions happening at the Sports Summit, as well as discussions around athletes becoming creators as well. So some really interesting conversations. Then the last thing I want to point out that's new at NAB Show is the business of entertainment. That is a new track, and it is bringing insights on media deal making, content bundling, shifting audience trends, and specifically the intersection of Hollywood and the creator economy. So I think showing that slide right there, Gigi, that might be my cue to wrap things up, because we've got a promo code, which is great. Let's see if we can get that. There we go. Promo code, if you are here in this webinar, use MP60. It is good through March 21st. So
which is tomorrow. So don't waste any time.
Yep. Don't waste any time. So yes, urgency right there. And that is for a free exhibits pass, which is access to maybe all of the content, if not all the content. I just listed almost all of it. And of course, the Creator Lab, which we've been talking about for the last hour or so. Just incredible stuff going on at the show.
And Elizabeth, I think for our audience that normally comes to the virtual events group, some of this might seem really intimidating. It's really not. And the same way as I tell our audience, use AI for 20 minutes a day, just make it like your exercise must. Use some these graphics tools that you've seen and these video production tools, and you don't have to be a Netflix or a Paramount. You can be a school
Yes.
group, you can be a college, you can be a after-school sports club. You are starting to see video production, distribution, and monetization used up and down the chain, and you don't have to be a huge organization. And while a lot of what you saw is really gorgeous and might look intimidating, it doesn't have to be. Jim, back me up on that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's democratizing access to the tools of creation. I think the last 20 years we talked about, we had kicked off talking about the creator economy. Last 20 years have been about democratizing distribution. Now it's about democratizing creation, where anybody anywhere in the world can not only start a channel, they have access to amazing tools at the same level as what only professionals had in big media for so long. And I'm so excited to sort of celebrate that. Elizabeth, I have one question for you. We got people who are going to be coming to NAB for the first time. What's one tip you have for them to get the most out of it? Because the show is huge. It's in Las Vegas. Give us a quick little tip on how people can get the most out of it, even if it's where to get the best sushi.
Well, I will tell you, because I've been to NAB show as a former broadcast reporter. I covered it. I've been there as an attendee, and now I'm there as someone who works there. So it has been interesting to see it from every single perspective. The thing I would say is plan ahead. There's so much to see. There are 3 halls. The halls are giant. They're filled with so much cool stuff. You can spend an entire day in one of the halls and just lose track of, everything else. So if you want to hit everything you possibly can, download the app. It's going to be available early next week. And if you're at time of record, so around the 24th or so of March. So download the app, do the show planner, look for the content you want, and don't forget the stages. The stages are incredible. The thought leaders and discussions are just unbelievable. Yes, it's about the tech. Yes, it's about the gear, but oh my gosh, the content and education that is free, that comes with your exhibits pass is just unreal.
Absolutely. All right. So the last thing, so make sure to drink a lot of water. And if all of it is so overwhelming, just come camp out at the Creator Lab, because we're going to be having fun.
Exactly.
Over
We give
4
free
days.
hugs, we hold hands, we sing Kumbaya, we do it all for you. So Jim, don't. Jim hates my sense of humor sometimes, but seriously, you get lost there, come to Creator Lab, and we will set you on the most important journey that you can have there. Until we see you in Vegas. And next month, we'll send out a note, but we believe so strongly that graphics and computer graphics in particular are going to be important to you. Our next show next month will be sponsored by Computer Graphics Pro, CG Pro, and they'll be teaching you some baby steps to get started on making your stuff look really good wherever it is. Jim, thank you for hosting.
Robin, thank you. And thanks for all of our guests. And again, see them all at the Creator Lab. We're only about 2 weeks away. I cannot wait to get there and get going and see it all unfold.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions, just shoot them to us. We'll farm them to the right people. Thank you for joining us. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.